I'm John McQuay with 8541 Tactical, and today we're here to review a product from The Last Stand. These are a really unique set of brackets that allow you to create a swing set type plate stand for your shooting needs. What they are is a rubberized type flexible plastic block that accept 1/2-inch rebar. You take your lengths of 1/2-inch rebar and thread them straight through the bottom of the stand. Then when you get to the length you need, you pull them out to the side and they lock into these grooves in the Last Stand brackets. You'll then take 2 pieces of rebar and insert them through the side, and those give you your horizontal bar to hang your plates from. You can also hang cardboard backers, targets, what have you from them, and they work very well. It allows you to create a fairly light A-frame type swing set to hang plates from. Well, we took these out and we hung a couple of plates from JC Steel targets to them, and we really brought them in quite a bit closer than you would shoot these in real life. We set our targets up at just under 100 yards and shot them with a 175 grain 308. They took a considerable bit of force, and we didn't have a problem with the stand falling over at any point. Now, shooting that close was for 2 purposes in mind. First of all, we wanted to hit those plates with a lot of energy to see if we could get the stand to flip over, which it didn't occur, but we also wanted to put a lot of energy into them to really get some splash coming off those plates. Anybody that's shot steel plates for any amount of time knows that when your bullet impacts the steel plate, you have lead and copper jacket that comes flying off the plate, and it's usually parallel to the face of the plate. So anything off to the sides, top, or bottom of that plate will get blasted with pieces of copper and lead. And the Last Stand brackets were no different. And what we got is we got some pieces of lead and copper embedded into the side of the Last Stands. So once you've shot these a couple of times, when you set them up or break them down, you're going to want to make sure that you wear some protective gloves, because those pieces of copper are very sharp, and I almost cut myself disassembling these here to take them down. So make sure you wear protective equipment when you're setting up or breaking down steel plates. Now, as I said, we shot them at under 100 yards, so we really got a lot of splash off the plate, and we put quite a few rounds into them and got very little jacket material in the stands themselves. So I still think these are going to last you a very long time at shooting them at any distance over 100 yards. To mitigate this risk, you just need to make sure that you're using a wide enough horizontal crossbar to keep these away from the plate so that the splash has some time to slow down. Now, these are a plastic material and they do absorb impacts. They're designed kind of like these self-healing targets. So if you put a bullet through the side of one of the stands, then you're not going to be out the stand. It should still be usable. You may have to replace the rebar that you're putting through these, but the stand itself, the brackets themselves, should be good to go. We didn't actually shoot one while we were out there because the close range, I was worried about the rebar getting tore up, and we didn't bring extra pieces of rebar out with us. But it really shouldn't be an issue. If you do put a bullet through one, expect that you're going to have to replace the rebar. You may take some time and some pliers to have to pull pieces of rebar out of them, but the stands themselves should be good to go. Setup was extremely fast. It gives you a fairly light overall stand, and that was one of our concerns, is that with the brackets being so light and 1/2-inch rebar being fairly light, that we were concerned that it might flip over easy. Well, with several plates on it, each plate kind of acts to hold the stand down when you're impacting that other plate. We shot all the plates in quick succession, and we noticed that the larger plates actually had less effect on the stability of the stand because the larger plate's absorbing more energy. It takes more energy to actually move that plate and to move the stand. Now, the smaller plates, surprisingly enough, actually wanted to try to pull the stand over a little bit harder, and my guess there is just because we're sending that plate moving so quickly that it's jerking the stand to the side. We still weren't able to flip it over, but if you're shooting smaller, lighter pieces of steel, you may want to really push down and sink the legs of that rebar down into your ground to give you a little added stability. Overall, for $39.95 for the set of brackets, and then here locally we pay about $3 a piece for 4-foot sections of rebar. It's a fairly high value stand for low cost. The steel that we're using costs far more than the actual stands that we're using to hang it. And again, you can hang cardboard, paper, whatever you want to hang from these, so they work very well. They're easy to throw in a pack and carry out into the field. Our whole plate rack, including the stands and the plates themselves, could be easily put into an Alice pack and carried out into the field if you're going somewhere that you can't get a vehicle to. Now, you'll notice in our video, we're hanging our plates from the last stand by fire hose. And you guys that are out there kind of DIY building your own plate racks, I recommend fire hose because it will take more impacts than steel chain will. Steel chain, a couple of impacts, the chain's going to break, you're going to be done. Fire hose, you can send quite a few bullets through it and keep using it. Additionally, it's lighter weight, so if you're humping it out into the field, you don't have to worry about that extra weight. And the fire hose will help to absorb some of that energy. You don't have as much mass letting those plates keep swinging. So it seems like fire hose just lets the plates calm down a little bit quicker than steel chain does. So give it a try. You can generally find fire hose. Call your local fire department and see if they have any that's left over that's not needed. You see any buildings getting torn down in your area, talk to the construction people, see if you can go in and pull out the fire hose before they demolish the buildings. So those are some options there. Overall, we can give our thumbs up to the last stand. It's a great product. If you want to check them out, we'll leave a link down below to the website where you can go and order your own set. If you like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below or send them to us on Facebook or Twitter. And until next time, get out and shoot!